Hi kids, I am teacher Cherika and welcome to our English 5 Made Easy virtual class. Today, you will have your very first lesson in English 5 and you will learn how to fill out forms accurately. Yes, we will be dealing about different kinds of forms such as school forms, deposit, and withdrawal slip. And at the end of this lesson, I am confident that filling out a form will be a piece of cake for you. By the way, please check the description box. You can find there the link for the worksheets that we will be using in this lesson. Click the link, the one in blue fonts, and download the worksheet. So, are you ready to learn? Awesome! Let's start then. Do you remember this? Yes? How about this? What are these for? You're right. They were given to you for your enrollment. These forms were filled out with needed information about you by your parents or guardians and was submitted online or through a drop box located at your school. Do you remember what information was asked to be filled out in these forms? You are correct. The form asked for information like name of the enrollee, birth date, address, father's name, mother's name, or guardian's name, and your learner reference number or LRN. And these are just few of the many information that was asked of you. Now, you might be wondering why you need to study this when you can simply ask an adult to fill it out for you. I've got a little secret to tell you. Forms are everywhere. Yes, you might be unaware of this, but forms are everywhere. At school, at work, banks, hospitals, restaurants, when paying bills, and even when you do your online shopping. Forms are part of our daily lives, and as you grow older, you will be encountering more kinds of it. So you see, it's good for you to know as early as now how to fill out forms accurately and correctly. So, are you ready? Let's start then. Before we go straight to the process, let's first know what a form is. A form is a document with spaces in which one can fill out the required information. It can be in printed form or in electronic form, like the ones found online. It is used to gather necessary information for a particular purpose. Example, when a learner like you wants to enroll at school, you need to fill out an enrollment form or an admission form. If you want to save money at the bank, you have to fill out a deposit slip. If you want to withdraw or get money from your savings account, you need to fill out the withdrawal form. Let's look at this example. This is an information sheet. This form is used for securing someone's basic personal information. Beside it is a paragraph containing information that we will use to fill out the form. This will serve as an example for you on how to accomplish the form later. The information sheet contains the following information. Alfonso F. Reyes Jr. is the only son of Alfonso C. Reyes Sr., an electrician, and Karen F. Reyes, a nurse, who are both Filipinos. They are residents of Lot 4, Block 6, Sunshine Village, Banica, Ross City, Capiz, with a zip code 5800. Their phone number is 6789-123. Alfonso was born on May 17, 2010, in Ross City, Capiz. He is now 10 years old. Now, let's look over the form before filling anything out. Look, it says print legibly. It means we need to write clearly using capital letters. Also, it instructs us to tick the appropriate box for the part where a choice is presented. Now, let's look at the passage containing the information we're going to use in accomplishing the form. We need to make sure that we fill this out precisely and correctly so we can avoid making erasures. As you can see, we need to start with a last name or family name, and that is Reyes. It is followed by the first name or the given name, which is Alfonso Jr., and then the middle initial, which is the first letter of the middle name followed by a dot. But do you know that aside from this pattern, there are other patterns for the name section of the form? Take a look at this. Here in the first example, it starts with the last name, followed by the first name and the middle initial. The second example asks for surname, which is also your last name or your family name. It is followed by your first name and the middle name, where you are required to write the full middle name and not just the first letter of your middle name. On the third example, notice that a name extension is added. It is where Junior is written. Other examples of name extensions are Senior, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and so on. If the name has no extension, simply put NA or not applicable. Do not leave any field blank. There are forms where fields are boxed, just like this. Remember to put one letter for every box. If your name is long, leave only one box after every name to serve as space. Now, let's go back to the information sheet. Age. Alfonso Jr. is 10 years old. Let's write it in number form. For citizenship or nationality, indicate whether Alfonso is a Filipino or of other nationality. Alfonso is a Filipino. Let's go to the date of birth. Indicate the month, day, and year in numbers. Alfonso's birth date is May 17, 2010. So instead of writing the word May, simply put 05/17/2010. For the sex, tick or put a check mark on the appropriate box. Alfonso is a male, so let's tick the male box. For his birthplace, indicate the city, the municipality, or the province where he is born. As for Alfonso, he was born in Ross City, Capiz. Next is the address. Write the complete address, Lot 4, Block 6, Sunshine Village, Banica, Ross City, Capiz, and put the correct zip code, which is 5800. For the telephone number, it's 6789-123. What if Alfonso doesn't have a landline? A mobile number will do. If in case they do not have one, then simply put none. Next, write the full name of his father. Follow the required pattern in the form. Next, write the occupation or the work of Alfonso's father, which is electrician. Repeat the process for filling out the name of his mother and her occupation. For the signature over printed name, the signatory or Alfonso needs to print his full name and signs over it. Look at this example. Lastly, indicate the date when the form was signed. And this is how an accomplished information sheet looks like. Neat, filled out correctly, and accurately. Now, let's have another kind of form. This one is called a deposit slip. This is used to show how much money one is putting in a bank account. It contains the deposit date, name and bank account number, the amount to be deposited, and the signature of the depositor. Let's use the information in the box to fill out the form. Do you see the part where teller's validation is printed? Do not write anything in that section. Let's proceed to the date. The deposit date is August 20, 2020. So you write 08, 20, and 2020. For the currency, let's tick the peso box. And for the type of account, let's put a check mark or tick the savings box. To fill out the account number, simply write the 10-digit number found in the information box. The account name is Jenny B. Sanchez. Now, let's go to the cash deposit breakdown. This portion shows the number of pieces for each denomination you deposit. It also shows the amount for each denomination and the total amount to be deposited. The last part requires the depositor's signature over a printed name. That's it. We have accurately filled out the form. Easy, right? All you have to do is read the form and make sure to understand what information it asks. The next form that we will be filling out is the withdrawal form. A form used in the bank when the depositor wants to get or withdraw money from his or her savings account. Let us use some of the information that we used a while ago. The deposit date is August 20, 2020. So let's write 08, 20, 2020. For the currency, let's tick the peso box. And for the type of account, let's put a check mark or tick the savings box. The account name is Jenny B. Sanchez. For the account number, copy the 10-digit number found in the information box. As you can see, just like the deposit slip, it requires information such as date, currency, type of account, account number and name, and signature over printed name of the account holder or the representative. Its difference from the deposit slip is that it asks for the amount to be withdrawn in words and figures. After that, the account holder, Jenny B. Sanchez, signs over her printed name. If the representative or another authorized person withdraws the money, the account holder needs to sign over her printed name on the portion stating the authorization to withdraw. Below that portion, the representative writes his or her name and signature. This slip is then presented along with passbook or ATM to the teller. So there you have it. You have just learned how to fill out basic forms like admission form, deposit, and withdrawal slip. Now, it is your turn to apply what you have learned from this class. This time, you will use your personal information in filling out the form that I will be giving to you. But before you finally get to work, here are some reminders. Look over a form before filling anything out. Follow directions. Check for directions such as print only. That means you write in capital letters, no cursive or small letters. Another common instruction in filling out forms is complete in blue or black ink, which means use a pen with either blue or black ink only. No red ink. Write legibly or clearly. Be precise in supplying information. Words or names should be written with correct spelling. Give true and correct information. Avoid making erasures. Handle the form with utmost care. Your work will be graded according to this criteria: accuracy of information, 30 points. Legibility, 30 points. Correctness of spelling, 30 points. And neatness, 10 points. You'll have a total of 100 points. Now, here's a student information sheet. It is used to collect student information, especially at the beginning of the school year. Complete this form using your personal information. Okay, time is up. Let's now go over the form that you have just filled out. It goes with an instruction, print only using black or blue ink. Did you follow it? Very good. Now, let's go to the student name. Did you write your family name in the last name portion? Great, very good. For your first name, I'm sure you wrote your given name. Yes? Okay. For the middle name, did you write your mother's maiden family name? Okay, awesome. For the grading section, did you write grade 5 and your new section? Good job. Your LRN is your learner reference number, which was given to you when you entered kindergarten. For your birth date, did you follow the direction? Month, day, year? Awesome! I'm sure you wrote your age correctly. For your sex, did you write the word male if you're a boy and female if you're a girl? Very good! Let's go to your complete address. This is very important. It should be spelled correctly. I hope you didn't forget to separate streets from barangay or barangay from city or municipality and city or municipality from province using a comma. Now, for your father's name and mother's name, did you write their names correctly? It is safe to follow the pattern on how you wrote your name in the form, starting with last name, first name, and middle name. Their contact number should also be complete and correct. Did you write your name and sign above it? Fantastic! You did very well. You can show your work to your teacher or your parents or any adult supervising your studies at home. Before we finally end our lesson, I will leave you with another practice sheet which you can fill out after you watch this video. Fill out the withdrawal slip and the deposit slip using your own name and the given information. Remember, practice makes perfect. This has been your teacher Cherika of English 5 Made Easy virtual class saying, learning English is fun. See you again on our next virtual class. Don't be absent. Goodbye, kids.